What is a rock and a mineral? What are the rocks and what are the minerals that we'll try to understand in today's lecture, and also look at the different types of rocks that are available and how are they made. So what is a rock? In today's lecture, we'll be covering in detail about the different types of rocks that we have and how are they formed. So what is a rock is a natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the Earth's crust. The natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the Earth's topmost layer, the crust, is called rock. So rocks can be of different colors, different sizes, and different textures. The rocks can be made of different color, different sizes, and different textures. So the types of rocks are broadly categorized into three groups. One is the igneous rocks, the sedimentary rocks, and the third one is the metamorphic rocks. The igneous rocks, the sedimentary rocks, and the metamorphic rocks. So rock is a natural mass which happens through a natural process of deposition. Then the minerals all come together. They all form the Earth's crust. That crust part is called as rock. The rocks are of different colors, different sizes, and different textures. You can see here the different types of rocks. Rocks are broadly categorized into three groups: igneous rock, sedimentary rock, metamorphic rocks. You can see here the igneous rocks examples are granite, scoria, pumice, and obsidian. These are the four examples of igneous type of rocks. Then we go of the sedimentary rocks. The sedimentary rocks examples are sandstone, limestone, shale stone, conglomerate, and gypsum stone. How many? 5 are there: sandstone, limestone, shale stone, conglomerate, and gypsum. And coming to the metamorphic rocks, we have marbles, slate, quartzite, and genesis. Marble, slate, quartzite, and genesis. These are the different types of rocks which we have and the examples. Now let us get into the details of understanding igneous rocks meaning. What are the meanings of this? The Latin word ignis. Ignis means fire. What is the word ignis means? It is fire, the burning fire. The sedimentary rocks, sedimentum. It is derived from the word sedimentum, the Latin word meaning settle down, which settles down. And coming to the metamorphic rock, the metamorphic is taken from the Greek word metamorphos, meaning change of the form. From one form to another form, it changes. So igneous rocks meaning from the Latin word ignis, fire. Sedimentary rocks taken from the Latin word sedimentum, meaning settle down. And the third word metamorphic is taken from Greek word metamorphos, which means the changing of the form is called metamorphos, taken from the Greek word. So we have three types of rocks. Igneous word means the fire immediately which has formed. Sediments after they settle down. Metamorphosis, changing from the existing form into a new form, gives us the metamorphic rocks. So now we have looked at what is a rock, how the different types of rocks are found, what are the types of rocks, what is the meaning of the word igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphosis rocks. Let us move on to the next one. Igneous rocks. Let us learn about the igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are also called as primary rocks. Why are igneous rocks known as the primary rocks? Igneous rocks are also called as primary rocks because first, primarily, the formed rocks are called igneous rocks. When the igneous rocks are formed, or how are the igneous rocks formed? When the molten magma cools down, when the volcanic eruption happens, the magma flows down for a couple of months. After it flows down, then over a period of time, let us say 6 months to 1 year or 2 years, it starts to cool down. Once it starts to cool down, then it becomes rocks. The magma is in the semi-solid state or in the liquid state. It keeps on flowing, erupting out of the volcano, and after it erupts outside, then the volcanic magma flows outside, and after a couple of years, let us say to simply understand, it cools down and forms the igneous rocks. These igneous rocks are first formed. The first formed rocks are called igneous rocks. That's why we call these igneous rocks as primary rocks. We call them as primary rocks. There are two types of igneous rocks. One is intrusive rock, the other one is extrusive rocks. There are two types of igneous rocks. One is intrusive rock, the second one is extrusive rocks. Let us see about them. See, the igneous rocks, the background picture gives us how they get cooled down and forms the igneous rocks. How after cooling down it looks like. That's why I have taken this picture to show you how it cools down. Let us first learn about the igneous intrusive rocks or intrusive igneous rocks. Sometimes the molten magma cools down inside, deep inside the Earth's crust. So when it is flowing, it goes into the pores and it goes inside the Earth's crust and it gets cools down. Once it gets cools down and forms as solid rocks, solid particles. From the semi-solid state, it forms into solids. Then it's forming inside the Earth's crust. So it is called intrusive igneous rocks. Molten magma flowing through the crust, it goes inside the cracks, and if it falls inside and forms as a solid rock, then it is called intrusive igneous rocks. Since they cool down slowly and they form large grains, it forms a granite rock. So these granite rocks are examples of intrusive igneous rocks. So why they are called as intrusive? Because they are getting deep down into the soil and the crust. So inside the crust it is getting cooled down and it's forming large grains of rock. That's why it is called intrusive igneous rocks. Coming to the extrusive igneous rocks. The rocks that are formed such a way on the crust, on the extensive part, on the outermost part, when it is flowing down, here if it forms the rocks, they are fine grained structures. They are finely finished. And the finely finished grained structures are called as extrusive igneous rocks. What are they called? Extrusive igneous rocks. The examples are basalt rock in the Deccan Plateau, which is completely extrusive igneous rock. So we have two types of igneous rocks. One is which happened inside the crust when it gets cooled down. It is called intrusive igneous rocks. Outside, if it gets cools down, that is called extrusive igneous rocks. I hope you all are understanding. Let me move to the next one. The second type of rocks, those are sediments or sedimentary rocks. The sedimentary rocks are formed due to the crackdown of the rocks and hit each other and broken down into small fragments. The sediments means the small particles. These small particles, due to the extreme heat or wind or water, the rocks breaks down. The formed igneous rocks on the floor will break down and fall into small particles. These small particles are called sediment. Once the primary rock is formed, just now we have learned the types of igneous rocks. When the extrusive rock is exposed to wind, water, then it breaks down and forms into small particles. And these small particles are called sediments. What are they called? Sediments. So these sediments are the loose sediments when they are compressed. When they are compressed and hardened, means earlier they were loosely packed. So now they were hardened and compressed to form a layer of rock under the earth is called sedimentary rock. It's called sedimentary rock. So these types of rocks are formed due to the movement caused by wind, water, which break the primary rocks or the igneous rocks and give loose sediments. These all loose sediments, when they are compressed and hardened to form a layer, that kind of rocks are called sedimentary rocks. Now, when we have this kind of rock formation happening, along with the rocks, we also get the fossils of the plants, the fossils of the animals, the fossils or the other microorganisms used to live on these small rocks also get carried away and get deposited and get compressed. So in the sedimentary rocks, you also find the fossils of plants, animals, and also certain microorganisms which used to live on them. They all also will get compressed and form these sedimentary rock. The example for sedimentary rock is a sandstone which is made up of grains of sand. So the grains of sand are compressed to form these sedimentary rocks. Let us see the third type, the metamorphic rocks. When these sediments are formed under great pressure and heat on the earth's surface, you will have the heat exposed to the igneous rocks and the sedimentary rocks. When they are exposed to heat and pressure, the heat and pressure makes the rock into semi-solid state, as you can see on the screen there. So that semi-solid structure in the middle will make it into a semi-solid state, and then it goes down into the layers of the earth, inner layers of the earth. So when it goes down into the inner layers of the earth and forms as a solid after getting cooling down, there it forms the metamorphosis rock or metamorphic rocks. Due to heat and pressure on the primary and the sedimentary rocks, on the igneous and the sedimentary rocks, when they are exposed to extreme heat and pressure, they break down and go down into the inner layers of the earth. When they are going into the inner layers of the earth, they form the metamorphic rocks after they cool down, which means literally from the igneous rocks and the sedimentary rocks, they are changing their form. They are changing their form into metamorphic rock due to great pressure and heat which is being exposed on them. That's why we have the metamorphic rock under the layers of the earth. The examples of the metamorphic rock are clay, which changes into slate, and limestone into marble stone. The examples are clay, which changes into slate, and also limestone into marble stone. That's how we get the transformation of igneous rocks and sedimentary rocks due to pressure into metamorphic rock. So today we learned about 3 different types of rock formations. Just to check your understanding, you can attempt to answer these questions, students. Name the 3 types of rocks. How are extrusive and intrusive rocks formed? What are metamorphic rocks? These are already given at the back of your textbook. So while you are going through the lesson on the lecture, you can just make a note for these particular answers. If you still have doubts, you can just go back, pause the video, note down the key points, and then you can write the answer for these particular questions. I hope it will be helpful for all of you to write the correct points which are displayed in the presentation. That's all we have in today's presentation. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please consider subscription. Bye bye.